A very good evening to the TLT Sports Podcast viewers. I'm very pleased today and particularly excited to have my friend in the show today, Mr. Tumo Mokhatla. Sandros, I call him Chota. Tumo, good evening and welcome to TLT's podcast.
Good evening, Dr. Silemela and your team. Thank you very much for having me tonight.
Thank you very much, Tumo. As you would know, that the TLT's podcast it's a kind of a podcast that tries to, feature and focuses on sports and people that are inspiring when it comes to sports. I must tell you, my brother, you are one of the people many of us look up to. Looking at your journey as an athlete, looking at your achievement as an athlete. You are a marathon runner, road runner, and who's doing very well in this regard. I just want to get you to tell us a little, who is Tumo, if someone was to ask us, but who is this gentleman? Where do you come from? What is it that you may want to share with us that may well introduce you to our podcasters?
Dr. Silemela, ha ke qala ngwaneso nna ka lebitso ke Tumo Mokhatla. Ke tswa ke hlaya mane jwale ka ono sontso hlalositse hore ba mpitsa Sandros ba ntse ba nthabela.
Oh yes.
Mme wena o motho wa pele wa go ngre lebitso ntate. Ka mora bua ka ba ngre Sandros. So lena la Chota lena. Eish. Ke a opola le tswa kae mara re tla feta mo. Ka bodulo ke hlaya ke tswa kwana mo Gojaneng. Phathe ya dialolo ke mokoko fela. Enda. Lapeng kwana ntate. Hantle nna ke motho le go ngale ke bapala sports.
Okay.
Haholo ho tloa sekolong ka ba ka iphumana ke se ke le mona bo university le ho tloella sekolong ha ka ke le motho wa sports. To touch base on how I grew up, if I remember very well, in school I was very, very active.
Okay.
Whereby there's one particular Steve Gate that I like. It's the most versatile sportsman of the year. That's Steve Gate Sipilunyaka. If you check, I remember one time when I was doing matric, then I'll receive the calls in the morning of the results.
Yeah.
Then people were like, how come? How did he pass matric? Because from school, I was busy.
Yeah.
School, at the end of the school, I'll go play soccer. Then after soccer, I'll go and play volleyball. After volleyball, it will be athletics and all those things. So basically, I'm a sports person.
Awesome. Yes. Awesome. So all this is happening back home in Divava.
Back home in Divava.
Great.
Patadialo.
Yeah. But tell me, now that you are a man who comes from Divava, how is Divava doing in terms of putting sportsmen out there? Would you say there are facilities back home that we can rely on to put a sportsman out there for the public eye?
Honestly speaking, not. But I hope with the help of us guys who knows how to do these things, then we can get something from the municipality to assist in that in that particular. If you can check right now, Develop is one of the metro. For Sanda Metro. So so I'm pleading to all the people in Develop, all the guys in Develop, and also the ones that are here in Bloemfontein. Let us meet, guys. Let us go to municipality. Let us go engage them and to show them how important this to the youth out there in Develop.
Maybe let me also try pick your brain on this one. Of late, there are a lot of challenges young people in the townships, especially in the rural areas, are experiencing in terms of the latest evils. I call them the latest evils. Talk about drug abuse, as a very serious problem. Alcohol, as you would know. Would you say there are things that we can put out there that can help us save our younger guys, our younger, generation? And what could those be? I imagine you'd say it's sports.
Obvious. Obvious in that is Limela. I think we the guys who are doing these things, we are very, very how can I put it? we are reluctant
Yeah.
to go out there and help. If you can check a number of kids in the Westdorp, the number of kids in all the rural areas where we
Townships,
come
yeah.
from, we are having a serious problem. That's where these people that are selling drugs, the first thing that they do, they go to the rurals.
Yeah.
That's where they're gonna get a lot of kids corrupt and all those things.
Yes.
So I think it's up to us right now to see what we can do about that thing.
Great, great. You also are very well decorated, and I must tell you, I like your color coordination. Uh, I don't know why do they remind me of a certain football club, in the country.
The
When
one
I,
the one that you don't like, I guess.
I like all football clubs except one. So, in terms of sports, again, I understand you played football. How was your football career, or your playing days?
It was good in that Limela. Honestly speaking, it's just that coming from a small township,
Yeah.
kind of brings some disadvantage on you. Because if I if I can tell you something that is very very nice, is that I played football with the likes of Kenta Buyelani.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I was playing
Kenta played for
for
Tigers and then
Tigers
plays for
when for
Pirates.
Pirates. That's right.
Oh, Kenta.
There's no way that you can forget
No.
that one. Yes, I play with the
With
likes of
Kumbulani, played with Kumbulani.
yes,
Yeah.
the likes of Abraham Raselemani.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was playing with him on the
Super
19.
Sport.
Yes, he was playing for Super Sport. Then the likes of Wanda.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Wanda, I'll tell you Wanda's surname. He played for Chiefs
for
as well.
Chiefs, that's right.
From Tigers.
From Tigers, yes.
Awesome.
And the likes of the guy who's a Sugar.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And the late Muzamai.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, those are the guys that I played football with.
Very decorated, talented players
Yes,
themselves.
yes. And the other one is Kulu, the goalkeeper of Tigers,
Okay.
who was once called up for national team. Yes.
Let me interrupt you. I once watched that guy. He was a goalkeeper at Tuseletso
Yes, he
High
was.
School
Yes,
as well.
yes.
Where they were playing a final, and the match went into, I don't remember the cup, unfortunately, went into penalties. He stopped all the penalties of the team we were playing against.
I'm not surprised. If I can tell you something, there was something that Khwagai will always do when we play, when we practice.
Yeah.
You just put the ball on the center.
Yeah.
Then all the strikers, it was me, Buitumelo Buyelani, Kenta, and Abraham Raselemani. Then we'll go with the ball.
Yeah.
Then when you reach the penalty arc, you shoot.
Oh, no.
Then let me tell you,
Yeah.
the only balls that that guy couldn't stop
Yeah.
was Abraham Raselemani's balls.
Wow.
So all of us
Yeah.
will take our balls
Wow.
and say, "You come again."
Nice. Nice.
So that was the kind of people that I played football with. That
great,
I said, yes.
Which team did you play for, by the way, Fania?
In the Westdorp, I was playing for Juventus.
Okay.
Yes, Juventus had the likes of who's this guy, David Mabita, who was playing for Santos.
All right.
Yes, then he
all
went and played for Santos, not Santos, Jomo Cosmos.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, some of my colleagues would be touching on your running career. I just wanted to focus a little, on the elementary stuff of what you did, before we get into what really I believe is your greatest occupation at the moment. But before we get there, I really want to understand this name Sandros. Who is Sandros? And why the name Sandros? Where does it come from?
This name, I got it from my brother. Yes. We are very, very close friends with, family close friends with the Twice.
Okay.
Yes. So if you remember well, and that is, and this name is Alexandra.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
Alexandra Twai.
Okay.
So now there was this time when I think it was after the World Cup in 1990, yes.
Okay.
Then after that there was this guy Alessandro Del Piero.
Okay.
So he went and take 1, 2, and 3 with Alexandra. Twai and Alexandro Del Piero, then he combined it and he said Sandros, that's my name.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Great. Awesome. No, thank you ever so much, Tumo, with
you very much, Mr.
with the information that you just shared with us. And I just want to take this opportunity once again to reflect on the TLT podcast viewers that please don't forget to follow us on all the social media platforms. Remember, We are available on Facebook. Remember, we are available on YouTube. So you can catch us there and follow us up as we focus on the sportsmen that are around our areas and conduct conversations with. And like I've indicated today, we are having a very relaxed conversation with my friend here, Tumo Mokhatla, also known as Sandros, just before we go to experience Comrades Marathon. Comrades is coming, and my colleague, as I've indicated, will come and touch on the matters related to Comrades. But before, I drop the mic and give it to my colleague and friend here to focus a lot more on your running activities. Comrades Marathon, are you ready?
Hi. You can't be ready for that thing. What I always tell people is that I run with a target. So if I say I'm going to run Comrade in 9 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours, then I say, okay, fine. If it's 11 hours, ask me that question at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock when I've crossed the finish line. Because in that race, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Even you on the last kilometer, you'll wake up in hospital not knowing what happened. So every time when I get that question is that, can you please ask me after the race? Then I'll tell you that I was really, really, really ready for the Comrade Marathon.
Come over, Tommy, take over, and let's hear a lot about Comrades Marathon.
Mr. T.
Sandros.
Eh, bangata ba mpitsa Sandros.
No bitsa chota o rata.
Haholo. Ingwane isi yona kila nkinya ka ga mathata. Yo.
No, indeed, we are very excited to have this legend in our midst today, and to really have a conversation about running in particular. He's an all-rounded sportsman, an athlete, but my focus is really going to be on these medals in front of us here and these trophies. So you are an official Comrades and Two Oceans pacer.
Isn't that the time?
Before we get to this, let's start about running itself. How did you get into running?
Like I indicated before within the Lemela that I was playing football up until late ages. Then there was this time when we were playing for St. Lake, the place where I work. There was a football club there, a very competitive football club. We used to go to countries like Botswana, Swaziland, and Namibia. There's St. Lake, the one that you know.
Okay.
Yes, there's a big competition there. They call it Interpower Games, whereby all the SADC regions, electricity entities, they come together once in a year. That will be in March. It was in March by that time. So it will be Lesotho, LEC Lesotho, Electricity Company. Then there will be Lesotho Highlands Development Agency. There will be Swaziland Electricity Company, which is SEC. Then there will be Botswana BPC, Botswana Power Corporation, yes. And there will be NEMPower, which is Namibia Power.
Really?
Honestly speaking, so we'll
this information you will only get here. No one knows this information, but TLT will bring you that information. This is wonderful.
Yes.
Please continue.
Yes. So each and every year, where this tournament started in, I think it was in 2018, not 2008. It was in 2007 when me and my brother were in Lesotho in one of the funerals. Then we met these people from LEC, which is Lesotho Electricity Company. And that's when my brother started to exchange numbers with those guys. Then after that, there was a communication. Then they added St. Lake, which was representing South Africa by that time.
Sure.
Yes, to the whole tournament, which was held in Botswana in 2008. Then 2009 we went to Lesotho. Then 2010 we went to in Botswana. We didn't win the tournament. Even in Lesotho we didn't win the tournament. But in 2010 we came here in South Africa. That's when we start to win the tournament.
Home ground
The
advantage.
home ground advantage, yes, and it was nice because it was in a World Cup World Cup games.
Sure.
Then in 2011 we went to what's this place to Namibia, where we also won the cup again. Then in 2012 we went to Swaziland, and we got the second position there.
Sure.
Then by that time, it comes to a question where when did I start running? Running. Then in 2014, that's when things started to not go well and all those things. Then that's when we decided, let's just leave this thing of soccer. Then I met Ntate Linka.
Sure.
The legend.
The legend
Yes, the
himself.
legend himself.
Yeah.
So he was the guy that was always when we go to these foreign countries to go and play football, he will take us for a jog in the morning, the whole team. So that's why I'm saying we're a very competitive
Sure.
team. Yes, we train very, very hard. So that's when we decided, no man, come, let's go and run. I said, no, I can't be running. And there'll be time when on a Friday night, I'm having a night out, then 3 o'clock in the morning, I got this call. Wake up, let's go and run. I said, Tate Linka, no, you can't be doing this. But then I liked him very much. Then I said, okay, fine, let me just go. I'll go with that slamatlama of mine, go and run, then come back. Then I said, this is a nice thing.
Yeah.
I remember my first race was in 2013. Yes, 2013, I did my first 10 kilometers. It was around Naval Hill 1. And I think I finished that one in 1 hour, 7 minutes on my first run. Then that's when we decided to...
1 hour, 7 minutes.
7 minutes, yes. No, it was 10 kilometers.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
it was 10 kilometers. Then that's when we decided... Then that's when we decided we are starting a team, which is the Mangaung Athletic Club.
Sure.
Yes. Then it was me, Ntate Lenka, and Tony Masuku.
So you're the founding member?
Yes, I am. Yes, of Mangaung Athletic Club.
Sure.
Yes, then I remember I always looked up to Tony because the following year he went and ran the Comrade. It was in 2014. Then I was like, oh, this guy. Now I want to be like Tony. Then that's when everything started. But then I was asking myself, Tony could run 42 kilometers in 3 hours, 30 minutes. But then I watch TV. You know the multiplication of runners.
Yes,
Say
yes.
340
That silly
plus
thing.
340, then it's 6 hours. Then I was waiting there, the TV, looking for Tony. I said, where is this guy? But then that year, Tony finished 11:23. Then there's one thing that...
You know, the viewers don't know why we are laughing. when a fast runner finishes at that time,
Yes.
it calls for laughter in the sporting circle.
In the sporting circle, that's right.
I won't understand what that means, just for clarity.
Yes. And then the following year, it was in 2015. And we went there. I bought the race pace chart. It's still there at home. Right here with me. 10 hours.
Yes.
Then I'm like, I show it to Tony and say, Tony, what do you think? And he just laughed at that guy. I said, he said, I asked him, Tony, what's your target this year? I'm just going to run Tumo. But I said, okay, sharp. Do you think this one is right? Then he didn't answer me, he just laughed at me. And that year, I finished my first Comrade 11:21.
From 10. So would you say ambition is a good thing or not?
You know, if you are not ambitious, they always say, if you want to reach the top of the mountain, you have to aim for the stars.
Sure.
Yes. So if you want to reach the top of the mountain and you go for the top of the mountain, you'll end up in the middle of the mountain.
I hear you.
Yes.
All right. Now let's okay. So let me before we talk to the medals, let me ask you a question. You are a pacer, right?
Yes, sir.
You are an official pacer for both these arduous races, the Ultimate Human Race, the Comrades, and the Two Oceans.
Two Oceans.
Both of them are very arduous, very demanding, from an individual. Um, why did you decide to be a pacer?
To be honest with you, I think this guy Tony, I undiyetse kahle that guy. There was this time when we went for our first marathon. It was in the Mandela Marathon. That is Limana knows about it. The monster. You know, that race is one of the races that one of the 42 kilometers in the country that is very, very difficult. I remember looking at the route profile and they say there's a steep of 5 kilometers.
Steep.
Yes.
5.
5 kilometers. 5. Literally 5 kilometers.
Sure.
From 11 to 16 kilometers. Then I'm like, there's no such.
Yeah.
We're having Naval Hill here.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the ultimate one. Yeah. Oh. Then I remember, I said, no, 5 kilometers, it can't be. Then we get to the start, and there's this lady that I always love at TK. TK used to run faster than
Our
me.
TK.
Yo, TK.
Okay.
Yes, TK.
Right.
Then TK was like, okay, fine, we'll run the 21 kilometers. I'll be in front. Then when we reach 18 kilometers, TK will just come, pass me, and also Lejoni, Mr. Lejoni.
Yeah.
Yes. Then I said, Mara, how are they doing this? Then we went to Mandela Marathon. And when we in Mandela Marathon, we are now at, what is this stadium? What is the stadium? The one that the Pietermaritzburg team are using. Do you guys have it? Okay. We are at that stadium then.
That stadium.
We on the lines. Then they said 10 kilometers, 21 kilometers, and 42 kilometers. Then TK comes and stand on a 21 kilometer line for the bus to take him to the start. Then I passed. Went to the 42. Then she asked me, hey, you are lost, you should be here. I said, no, TK, we're going forward 42 kilometers.
Yes, sir.
Then that was my first 42. Then when I reached the finish line, Tony came to me and said, you can run 2 oceans. I said, no, Tony, wait, I can't do that. I said, you can run 2 oceans. If you ran
this one, yeah.
You ran this one, you can run 2 oceans. I said,
Yeah.
okay, fine. Let me think about it. Then it was the next race, which was then that year, I was running with a George Khalata,
Okay.
the late George Khalata.
Sure.
He was my running partner. Then when we reached 21 kilometers, he said to me, are we going to run again? Another 21. Then I said, yes. He said, I'll find you for the finish line. Then I left him there.
Sure.
Then I finished the race. It was 4 hours, 40 minutes. When I finished that for the 2 kilometers, and Tony said I could run the 2 oceans. And I said, okay, fine. Let me just give it a try. Then we went to the next 42 was in November, the Soweto Marathon. I was running with George. And we ran that race. Sure. I don't know what happened. We ran that race from kilometer 1 to kilometer 40, non-stop.
No.
I'm telling you.
No walking, nothing.
No walking, nothing.
Sure.
And when we watched the time, we were at, I think it was 3:48. We're aiming for sub 4.
Okay.
Then after that, you remember the last water point at Soweto is there where you go up. Then after that, we couldn't run.
No.
We were cramping like nobody's business. Then I said, George, what are you going to do with this? I said, hey, Mona, let's go. I said, I can't.
You had kilometer 40 at this time.
40 kilometers after the water
Only
point.
2 left.
Only 2 left. Do you know how long it took us to run that?
No.
25 minutes.
No.
We walked. I'm telling you, Brati. I'm telling you, Brati. I'm telling you, Brati. So after that, what I always tell people is that
Sure.
take your break when your body still allows you to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I always say after that experience.
Yeah.
It was our second marathon, which we did good. Yeah, I was very happy with the results of that race.
Wow.
Then after on the 2 Oceans Marathon, in the very same year, November, because of football and all those things, I had to go for 2 operations: the one on the knee and the one on the ankle. Then I went to Dr. Lombard and I asked him, Doc, how long will this take for me to heal? And he said, 6 weeks. I said, are you sure? I said, yes. I said, I'm going to run 2 Oceans Marathon and I'm going to run Comrades Marathon.
Hey.
2015.
Yeah.
Will I be okay? He said, you'll be okay. It's all up in here.
Yeah.
And then, fine. Then I went for those operations. Before, like I was telling you that we could run 40 kilometers in 3 hours 48. Our best time for 5 kilometers was 20 minutes, 21 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ukira manje fast, ne?
Yes.
So you
I was a project.
projectile.
I was a project.
Okay.
Yes.
All
so
right.
so on that note, then I said, okay, fine, doc. Then I remember it was mid-February. I went to the operation on the 14th of December, 14th of November, no, December, January, then February, mid-February. It was almost 2 months. Then I started to run. It was 5 kilometers. Then it took me 48 minutes. I went home crying. Said there's no way that I'm going to be okay.
So
with
was
this.
it because of the unfitness or because of the pain?
There was no pain, but the foot was not used to be on the ground.
Okay.
So I was no. Let me not put a pressure on
yeah.
it and all those things. And I said no. But I went home crying, saying there's no way that I'll be ready for that race.
Yeah.
Yes. But then, fast forward, went to 2 Oceans Marathon. Then I think I was on top of it was the old they were busy with the Chapman's Peak. So my first 2 Oceans was Lebollo, the 2015 one.
Sure.
Kind of was that route Kapse Whoop. Yes, yeah. Kapse Whoop one. Then I ran that when I was I think it was Southern Crossing. After Southern Crossing, then I was on top of Constantia.
Yeah.
Then I had someone, because our beeps have our names on top there.
Yeah.
Then I was walking saying, what the hell am I doing here?
Yeah.
Then there was some white guy who was standing there and said, Tumo, don't let that bus pass you.
Yes.
And I said, what is a bus?
Yeah.
And I saw a group of people running here, and it was a 630 bus driven by Omveits van der Westhuizen and Hilton Murray. Hilton Murray is that guy that ran 10 comrades in 10 days. It's in the bucket list. Don't tell them.
Really? let's hold it right there. Let's hold it right there. I want to take this time and thank you heartily. But I want to give to my fellow podcaster to come and finish this conversation. When you're having a good time flies.
Yeah, it does fly. That's fly.
It's getting more and more interesting, and time is flying. But because of the segmented type of our interview, let me give him so that I don't chow into his time.
Abutwak.
No, I'm not. It's great to have you today in our podcast. Na ke motho o speed.
Speedy Gonzalez.
I think my best time on marathon.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have 3:11 now, and then comrade 8:54. But there's something that I've noticed. There's something that I've noticed with you, that you always come last. Is it something that we can regard as a failure in running? What's that?
Not at all. It's not a failure. Like I was telling at the time that I used to run fast. And if you can check most of the people that are running, old people, go and ask them, what is the secret? The secret is run slow. Yes. So I realized that after my, I think I attempted to do sub 4 3 times, and the third time I got it. I think it was in PE where I was with the late Moeketsi. Yes, the route was about 500 Mexico,
Yeah.
Kakapa.
Yeah.
Yes, the route was about 500 meters long. Then I finished the race in 4 hours 5 minutes. Then the following year we went again, trying to do this thing with him. And during the race, I think we had about 20, no, not before 20, at about 17 kilometers. Then he said, Hincha, I need to go to the toilet.
I think I ran with him once. Hi, Con.
I think he had anxiety when it comes to big races and when it comes to setting goals and want to achieve those goals. Because if you can check, he was a good runner. Yes, I ran with him for a very long time. We went to Omdi Dam, we ran together. We went to PE, like I said, that I indicated that there was 2 races that I ran with him. Then in PE, then there were a lot of races that we went to in this country. Like the comrade, I think it was a comrade after he had an operation. Then everyone was writing him off, the doctors and everyone. Then he came to me. I think there's a Facebook a page where he wrote about the whole conversation that we had, me and him. And I said, no, Nja, if you feel that you can do this, it's all in the mind. You can do it. Yeah.
Now, the reason I'm asking you this question, coming last, maybe go a marathon or go comrade is the fate is because I usually see a lot of batwa matang. Baba na le pressure or I don't want to come last and so on. And I don't understand why is that a problem, especially with comrades, because comrades is long and anything can happen.
Yes.
So can you just advise us there when it comes to that issue of running?
I think with me, one of the reasons why I'm always last is because I'm a pace setter. So there are people that wants to do this, but they don't know how to do it.
Good.
Yes. So that's where I chip in and say, okay, guys, let me just offer myself. Let me just offer my experience to help these people to achieve this goal that they want to achieve. So me, it's a two-way thing. I'm helping these people, and I'm protecting myself against unnecessary injuries. If you can see a dog in comrades in every 42 kilometers, in 21 kilometers, after running fast, do you see how many people are lying down there?
Same time, I don't even want to pay anyone. It's really tough. But tell me also, how do you prepare to be a pacer and also to run? Because I think more into say two, so how do you prepare?
I think for me it's very simple because I'm the guy who runs slow. There was a time when we introduced this 7 minutes a kilo thing. Yes, 7 minutes a kilo thing. I remember when we were still at Old Mutual. And there was this time when we sat down, me and Moeketsi, and we discussed this thing. Hey man, but these old guys from Pamoja, bo Choki, bo Bra Opa, old, yes, you see. These guys, every time when we run a marathon, when we reach about 35, 37, they will come passing us like we are doing nothing. What is the problem? What is it that they are doing that we are not doing? Then I took time. I went to that Pamoja training session, and I'm telling you, they ran 7 minutes a kilo from the start to the finish. And after running that, I felt that I was hit by the bus. My body was sore. It was sore. But what I like about it is that it's more time on the legs and the muscles. Every single muscle works. Yes, unlike running fast. When you run fast, it's that then you are done. That's a problem with running fast. So I do train to run slow. Even if you can check my Strava, everything is a slow. Because I know that I'm going to run slow in the particular races.
But also, how do you communicate with the runners during your while you are running? How do you communicate with them so that they can listen to you? Because I know mineri ke batho ba bang ba very stubborn. Ba o kena molo a kena in a bus ba feel or no how do you deal with such people like Ntate Silimela motho o
Yo,
force
yo, yo, yo.
a kena mo no batla go change base a sa tlo taboga 5 minutes o batla re taboge how do you deal with such people? Because I understand you can meet such people. Let me also just tell you about my experience. Now I train alone. Ne? I train alone. And Hakifita Comrade, I went with that mindset. To do that 854, Comrade Agapil,
Yes.
ki thusitswe ke bus. You know? But ke nisa batong matali bus from the start till the end. So how do you deal with people like me and
You know, I remember the race that we were doing. It was the Mimosa one. Yes, we were doing. It was two-lap race. A race. Then I was pacing with Ndade Silimela. Then you know that this Silimela mas. You know that Silimela is if he has energy, then he wants to go. And if you go in front of him, then he want to pass you. That's all. Then we're having this bus. Here we are running the first lap. All together, me and him here. Then
42.
it's a 42. Yes.
Le mo beseng ya bokae?
Mo beseng ya 5 hours.
So it means pace I think
7 minutes a kilo.
Jesus.
So now we hit the first hill, which is the Albrecht. Then we went to Tempe. We hit the second one, and we came back. And on a second round,
Second lap,
second lap. I think the bus was a little bit full, about 20 people in the bus. Then they at 35 kilometers, we were left with 7 kilometers. So these guys, they know that the hills are over, so they don't need a bus. Yes, then they just go. One by one. Then my partner here was starting to win front. Then assistant, he wanted to push the bus. I said, where are you going? We are here. This is a pace. This is a pace. Then I asked him, that doesn't matter. What were you doing that time? He said, hell, those people, man, they broke my heart, man. They used us. They used us all along. Then when they are left with 5 kilometers, they want to leave us. I said, that's how it is. And the worst part in the the race like Comrades Marathon, you'll come with these people all the way from Pietermaritzburg or Durban to the finish line. When they hit that grass, you will see in most cases, if you can check all the buses that enters the stadium, you'll see some of the bus drivers will do this. They are trying to put the uniformity on the bus, but these people, when they get out of the bus like this, you end up crossing the line alone. Because they see the finish line. That's how it is.
Yeah.
That's the sad part about it.
No, thanks. Thanks, man.
Thank you very much.
I want you to take us through. I see you have achieved a lot, man. And I never thought in running we get trophies. I only have medals. I see this one is written Washi 100. What's this?
This is a race in in East London. This race was introduced by Mr. Washington.
Okay.
That is why it's called Washi. Yes. So it's an old South African 100-miler. So that 100 stands for miles.
Okay.
Yes. So the race all in all is 161 kilometers. Then in 2018, that's when I started to run the Washi. Yes, I've done the first one in 24 hours. Now we ran over 2 days.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a 2-day.
2-day.
race.
Yes. Not 2 day. Oh no. I mean 1 day.
Okay.
One day. We started at 5 o'clock in the evening. Then we finished at 7 o'clock in the evening the next day.
Sure.
Running throughout the night. So the first one I've done it in it was about 24 hours 40 minutes. And the second one, it was 24 hours, 59
So you have two
minutes.
of these?
I have two of them. The 2018 and the 2023. I think what pushed me to do the last year one was the drive that we were doing about this 400-kilometer one.
Okay, this one.
Yes, that
And
one.
then this one, it's written icons for change. Icons for change.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So this one is 400 kilometers.
Yes, it's a 400-kilometer race.
Sure. Okay.
So what's happening there is that you get invited to run for a change, whereby we'll be collecting shoes for those kids that don't have shoes.
For charity.
Yes, for charity, yes. So in this one, we are running about 42 kilometers every day for 7 days. And the last day, it was the 103 kilometers. So
I don't think I can do it. You know, after comrades, 90 kilometers, I think that's the furthest I can go. Okay, then what's this one?
it's the same as
It's
the one.
same, so
Yes,
you
it's
have
the same two of yes.
washes. So
yes.
how many comrades do you have now?
At the moment, I'm standing at 8 comrades marathon,
Guys.
going for the 9th one,
Yes.
going for my the yellow number.
Okay.
Yes. So if
What-
I finish this year's comrade,
Okay, it will be your.
it will be the 9th one.
Okay.
So next year I'll be running with a yellow number, which will after the race I'll get the green number,
Jesus.
permanent number.
Also, yellow number, it means what? Now you're about to.
I'm running for a green number.
Jesus. Yo, I know. That's a lot. And then 2 oceans.
2 oceans. I have my own yellow number now.
Okay.
It's the 9th one this year. So next year I'm going for the green, for the blue number.
Guys, come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. So, but what's your worst experience as a pacer? Like a race that you say, yo, I wish I was not a pacer.
You know what, in life, you won't always deliver. In life, there will be times whereby, like I said before, if you ask me when I'm ready for comrade, I say ask me after the race, because anything can happen in a race. There is no race where I'll say to you, no. I never wish I was a pacer. I enjoy every single moment of it. Whether I fail on the day, it doesn't matter. We all fail. Remember, how many people do you start with when you pace, and how many people you end with? You see on a day when we start Linda Desilemela, I think that day we had about 100 people in our bus, but we end up finishing with about 16, 12 people. That can happen to anyone, even if you are a pacer. So there is no regrets saying, "Oh, this race, I wish I was never a pacer."
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, no, thank you, Grootman Tumo.
Thank you.
But the last one to our viewers, what will you want to be remembered as? Especially in this art of, since you are well decorated man, you've been doing a lot. I heard that you were playing soccer. I heard that you were running, and there were many things. But what is it that you want to be remembered as? And or maybe it's just one thing that you wish if you had everything on earth, you would like to say, this is what I want to live when I leave this earth. That just one thing. Now I know I want to build a school. Yeah, I want to have a school. So what is it? And you sleep peacefully.
After running this icon for change,
This one.
that one,
400
yes, 400 kilometers.
Yeah.
What pushed me to do this? I think there was a time when I just paid the 2 oceans accommodation. It was something like 5,000 something to go and run 2 oceans. And one of my Facebook a friend sent me a message asking for a pair of shoes for kids. It is Rachadi Refilwe. She's one of my friends at Facebook. She's also doing the drive on shoes right now as we speak. Then I was like, I don't have. But I just paid 5,600 to go and run 2 oceans for just a medal. Then that's what pushed me to do this icon journey. That's what pushed me to do this icon journey, to give back to the
Nice.
kids. Then there is a project that I want to run their home in the Vesdop. I think we have about 250 kids that don't have school clothes.
Yeah.
I think I'm one of the people that there's a picture that I used to share on Facebook with my friends. We're at school, but we're wearing Smarties. Everyone came with whatever that he came with. But now, if you check the kids of now, they don't have that hard skin for that. To go school without shoes, to go school without uniform, it's tough for them. So that's when we're talking with Mtate Slimela that it goes back to the kids of the kids in our communities. They end up going for the drugs. They end up going for alcohol. That's one of the factors that contributes to that. So as for me, for those 250 kids in my township, I have a plan to raise something like 1 million for them, so that each and everyone can get pair of school shoes,
Yeah.
school 2 pairs of school shoes, 2 pairs of everything that they use in school. So roughly that is gonna cost something like with the projection that I've made, 880,000.
Okay.
Yes, so that's what I want to do.
Yes.
Yes.
No, thanks a lot, Grootman.
Thank you very much. Nele.
We have came to the end of our show. I think now I'll give over to the Phantom.
Yeah, no, we coming to the end of our show, of our program today, and you would have heard that Sandros here wishes to buy school shoes for children in his community at some point. I want to tell you that by the end of this year, as TLT's podcast, we're going to donate to you at least 10 pair of school shoes as a start. It's a very small
Thank
gesture,
you.
but we're committing to doing that, and that we're going to do.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Just
very
to
much.
contribute in a small way. And one day when we are strong enough, I'm sure we'll do better. Take me on for that one. Don't forget it.
I won't forget that one.
Yeah. We've come to almost to the end of our podcast and our conversation. And thanks a lot, Chotas, for accepting and acceding to our invite and such a interesting conversation and a very well defined journey of your career as a runner. Comrades, it's in just less than 5 days' time from today. Lastly, what would you give as an advice to a novice, someone who's doing his first comrades? What would you say?
I think you guys have trained. I think you guys have done the job for everything. So when we go there to comrades, you're gonna meet about 22,000 people who has their own strength, their own strategies, their own plans and everything. So what you have to do, go there with your plan and stick to your plan. That one will carry you throughout the journey from Pietermaritzburg to Durban. Don't do what other people are doing.
Oh yeah.
It's very, 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 very dangerous. What you usually do when you train, go and put it in practice, because you are training for Comrades Marathon. It's time to go and do it at Comrades Marathon. Don't do what others are doing.
Skatla ka o phapha.
Ska tla ka o phapha. Ebe o so shebile Robert Mutjali.
Yeah.
And on that note, Ntate Selemela, people tend to focus a lot on the medals.
Yeah.
No, it's not about the medals.
Oh, yeah.
Just go there and enjoy yourself.
Great.
Then after knowing the route, after having the experience of the route, come back and work on how you will better that one.
How you will improve.
How
in
will
the
you
next
improve on that one next? If you can say, I'm having 11:23 for my first comrades, but during these years I have a 10:21, 10:28. Then I've been pacing the 11-hour bus for the past 3 years, which have come on time. So it's all about go there and experience it. Go there and do your best. Then come back again to improve on what you have done.
What more do I say? You may just say nothing at all. Sportically speaking, was quite a very interesting conversation we had today as we were sportically speaking with Tumo Mokhatla. And thank you for taking the time. Thank you for making the effort and to watching us as we have a conversation. Hope you were able to have some nuggets of wisdom and advice that will take your sporting journey forward. TLT, sportically speaking, watch us on all the social media platforms that we've spoken about. Thank you. Peace and out. Kindly note that our podcast is called TLT, Tabang Lintikile and Tami Podcast, sportically speaking. You are going to find us on all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. That's where you will find us. For now, we want you to take effort and invite your friends, your family members, and sports fanatics to come and watch our TLT Sportcast. This is where all the information, all the entertainment, and all the knowledge you're going to find will help you enhance your sporting activity as well. TLT, sportically speaking, that's where you'll find us.